Hi everybody, good evening. Today is November 19th. It's currently 6:42 at night and I just want to sit down and give you a few updates. Just kind of ramble a little bit, so if you don't mind. So the past, I guess, 2 days, I haven't really been touching Project Vanye. Honestly, I have just been, I don't know, like I don't know how else to explain it. I have just been feeling a little meh about editing, to be honest. I think I kind of lost my groove a little bit. The last time I talked to you guys, I said I finished editing chapter 3, so now I'm still in chapter 4. I tried doing something yesterday, but it didn't really pan out as much as I like it's not, I haven't been productive, guys. I haven't been doing what I'm supposed to do, but I just want to be honest with you because it's not really fun. When I started chapter 4, I realized that I have to write a completely different scene. I have to scrap this chapter right now because it doesn't flow with the story. So I have to completely scrap it from the manuscript, and then I'm gonna add a new scene, and I should be excited about that because it's pretty much just like drafting all over again. But I don't know, I haven't been feeling it lately. So that's a hurdle that I have to figure out myself. I'm gonna try and do it today. Hopefully I get halfway through, or hopefully I can finish it in 2 hours, but we'll see how everything goes. But yeah, chapter 4, I have to rewrite the entire chapter. Honestly, I'm actually pretty okay with how chapters 1, 2, and 3 went. But chapter 4 is I'm just really having a hard time right now. So that's my editing update. I also have, I guess, just thoughts on Pentapod. I don't know if you are aware, but Mick Wrights also has a podcast called Pentapod, and I have been loving this podcast ever since its conception. Mick is interviewing a whole bunch of different authors, published authors, so they will give you so much insight about publishing, whether you want to do traditional or self-pub. They also give you a lot of important pieces of advice, especially for aspiring authors. So if you want, go check out Pentapod. I'm just saying because it's really, really helpful. She actually interviewed Melissa Durston, who is also a Toronto-based editor. I went into that podcast very, very excited because I have been feeling very down about self-editing. I feel like I'm at a point where I'm what the heck am I doing? I don't know, what am I doing even? It gave me a lot of insight on things that I have to consider as I'm editing by myself. And I think Melissa mentioned something about different types of editing, and I know that I'm doing developmental, and to be honest, it is an investment to find a developmental editor. Developmental edit is very, very important, but it's not like you have to break the bank to do a proper developmental edit, you know what I mean? Unless you really, really, really want to, and if you have the funds, do it. However, if you already have a really good established beta reader or alpha readers, or maybe even a critique partner, developmental edit is it's going to be a breeze. But for me, I don't have a critique partner. I do have a writing group that I was invited to, which I'm actually very, very excited about. I never talked about this writing group here, but I am a part of a writing group. I have read some of their works, and I'm telling you guys, these people, mwah, good writers. I've never had anyone who is a writer who reads my work. I know I have to build that kind of skin, you know what I mean? I have to build it. Otherwise, I'm not gonna get better. I'm overthinking a lot of things. I don't know why, but my gosh, Brielle talked about this as well. It's why am I thinking about a reader that hasn't even read my book yet? Why am I so concerned about that? I should just be editing it the way that I have it in my mind, and then a beta reader or a critique partner down the line would tell me if it's good or not, but I shouldn't be too worried about hypothetical readers in my head. Melissa talked about using Excel to kind of visualize your pacing. I never really thought of that. I use Excel at my job, but I never really thought of using it as a measure, a tool to kind of visualize and quantify how my pacing is. So she said something about graph, but I have to figure out how to do that. And also the biggest thing as well is the subplot. I remember in my first draft, I talked about this briefly in my in my one of my vlogs. I said that my story was going so linear in the draft, and I noticed that I don't have a subplot. So I added a couple subplots, and Mick raised a question about like how many is too many subplots. And I feel like this came to me in a, I guess, like natural way. Maybe because I've just been reading romance all throughout my life. That's why I kind of have like an inkling on what is too much of a subplot. But I do agree that 2 to 3 subplots should suffice, unless you are writing like a very like complicated like fantasy sci-fi, novel where more than, maybe you have like multiple characters, multiple POVs, and all of them have a subplot. I don't know. But for romance, I think like 2 subplots is enough. I have a subplot for my 2 main characters, and I love they said something about how the subplot has to it has to tie together into the main plot. And when you're writing romance, the main plot really is the romance, right? But the subplot is also kind of like, it gives my characters the meat, and then the main plot would be like the bones. So it kind of made me think deeply about what kind of subplot am I making for the character, and how does it serve my main plot. For Natalie, is that I want her to have this sort of self-discovery about, finding a new friend and stuff like that. I just want to clarify that I just realized that the subplot for Natalie and Ryan are really just for character development. Like, if you think about it, romance is a lot of internal conflicts, these characters trying to resolve all their inner demons. So, for example, I have a shy and reclusive female protagonist, and I want to give her a chance to grow and realize her own sense of self, and to kind of form her own friendship as well, despite the awkwardness of it all. And my male main protagonist has a lot of angst and anger in his heart, and he really needs to sort it out on his own as well. So I think their subplots will tie really nicely into the main plot. I just really need to execute it properly. I was really happy that Mick came out with the self-edit episode, because I am in the thick of it and I am kind of lost in the sauce, to be honest. I am not having fun time. I'm not vibing much, but it's okay. I have to keep going, okay? Like, how else am I gonna finish the developmental edit if I don't finish it? So that's just my thoughts. I don't really have much, really. I'm still gonna have to tackle chapter 4, and I don't know when I'm going to finish this one. That's it for me today. There's not much, but I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye. Rough. Good morning. Today is Friday, December 6th. I was supposed to edit my video, but I couldn't do it because I was like sick. I felt tired after work. Like, I literally was in the office and I felt like I was like about to get the flu or something, because I was like, shit, I'm feeling like my throat was like, I couldn't, like, it was dry as hell even though I drink water. Yeah, and it was so cold. I feel like it's just the shock of like hot weather, and then coming back to Toronto, it's like super cold. It's like negative something yesterday. It's like intense cold, and maybe I should have dressed a little bit better, but I am still working on chapter 4. I'm almost done writing the scene. My plan is to like finish editing the video this weekend, and then also like start actually like editing phase 2, because I am so over it. Like, I need to actually get my shit together. It's just so hard to come back to the writing groove after a long vacation. Like, I have to do Christmas shopping, I have to do, like, there's gonna be like friends' Christmas parties, so the social events are booked and I feel like I'm gonna be a hermit after New Year's. Yeah, that's just my quick update. I'm sorry for looking very gnarly. Couldn't, like, I just literally woke up and I'm just signing in for work. So anyway, that's my update. I hope to see you guys soon, hopefully with better writing update. everybody! Today is December 8th. It's currently 6:52 right now. I actually just finished baking the lasagna. I'm just letting it sit a little bit. And for the past, I guess, 2 hours, I actually joined Becca, Cody, and Natalie's live stream. I was just chatting away and trying to do my blurb, and I think this is okay. Like, I have a tagline, but it is very, very cliche, and you know what? It's okay, whatever. The reason why I'm doing a blurb is because I actually joined a writing group, and it's a writing group that I actually have with one of the author tubers here. Her name is Jen Lim Writes, and I'll just link her, like this. Here she is. She's also actually a really, really cool author tuber if you want to check her out. She also does writing blogs, and she actually just posted a video about, you know, like how to gauge whether or not you're ready for a feedback on your work. So I just wanted to polish up chapter 4. I'm still in chapter 4, sadly. I also am working on an updated version of my blurb because this blurb doesn't serve the plot anymore. A whole lot of things changed, and I just want to make sure it will reflect the current story. So that's what I'm doing. I actually just finished the tagline. I did the female protagonist portion of the blurb. I'm also just working on the male protagonist now. I'm actually having a little bit of a hard time. It's always Ryan that I'm always having a hard time with. I'm just trying to write his his portion of the blurb and then kind of tie it up in a really nice few more sentences to kind of make it more cohesive in a way. After that, I should be done, but I can't believe I spent more than 2 hours on this. I just wish there's an easier way to condense your work in less than 300 words, because honestly, this is such a challenge. Oh no, my nail popped off. Oh my gosh. It's a challenge for me to condense a 60,000 word novel in a few hundred words, because you're gonna have to pick and choose what will hook a reader. I'm almost there. I'm almost done. After I finish my dinner, I will come back and finish this. I don't want to go to bed without finishing this. I want to make sure that this week I will be able to polish up my blurb, finish chapter 4, start phase 2 of the novel, because I feel so disappointed in a way, because I should be done act 1 by now, but we're in December already and I'm still here. Help, I'm still at the restaurant, please. Anyway, I'll check back with you when I do have something more to say. So, yeah. Okay, that took longer than usual. It's not 10:30 actually, it's actually 9:30. 9:31. And I finally finished the blurb, and I finished chapter 4. I actually just needed to add a couple more sentences for me to finish it, but I would say I'm not 100% happy with chapter 4. I think I needed to add a little bit more, but then again, it's good enough for me to move on to chapter 5 and actually start edits on that. But it's getting a little late. I want to actually lie down and rest, because tomorrow's Monday and it's another work day, sadly. So yeah, I'm just gonna go catch up on some reading. Sorry, I have a really stuffy nose, but yeah, at least I'm done with chapter 4. I'm done with the blurb, so we're good there. Anyways, I'll check back with you again when I have something else to tell you. So